Good evening, dear wanderer of dreams. Welcome to Be Cozy, a sanctuary where the world slows down, inviting you to unwind, release the day's gentle burdens, and simply be cozy. Nestle into your favorite nook, perhaps with a warm blanket and a steaming cup of chamomile, as we return to the hearth-lit halls of Emberwick Academy in the realm of Aelderwyn. Here, the ivy whispers ancient lullabies, and the starlit towers cradle secrets of serenity. Our young heroine, Elara, feels a subtle pull tonight, a faint ripple in the Dreamveil Tapestry, drawing her toward the veiled towers where guardians of slumber await. Imagine the soft flutter of silk against your skin, the faint scent of lavender weaving through the air, as shadows dance not in alarm, but in gentle invitation. What protective arts will Elara uncover, wrapping worries in silken shields of peace? Breathe in deeply now. Exhale slowly. Let the Somnus arts unfold, thread by soothing thread, as we mend the tapestry together. Settle deeper, my friend, and let the coziness envelop you in the soft twilight glow of Emberwick Academy, where the ivy-clad walls hummed with the quiet rhythm of evening. Elara stirred from her lumina house nook. The hearth fire crackled softly, its warm light dancing like playful lumimoths across the tapestried rugs. She had attuned to her house's luminous essence weeks ago, weaving lanterns of gentle light to chase away fleeting worries. And now, as she sipped a cup of soothing chamomile elixir, a subtle unrest tugged at her senses. It was nothing sharp or startling. No, in this cozy realm, ripples came as whispers, like a puffkin's feather-light brush against your cheek. Elara rose, her slippers padding softly on the stone floors worn smooth by generations of dreamers. The Academy's halls stretched before her, bathed in the faint shimmer of starlight filtering through arched windows. Lumimoths fluttered lazily overhead, their wings trailing trails of soft glow that mimicked fireflies in a summer meadow. Yet tonight, something was amiss. Fleeting shadows danced along the edges of the corridors, not menacing, but playful echoes of forgotten thoughts, stirring a mild restlessness among the students. A puffkin curled tighter in its basket by the grand staircase, its fluffy form puffing out a sigh, while a luminoous light dimmed ever so slightly, as if yawning into the night. Elara paused by her favorite window, gazing out at the starlit towers. The Dreamveil Tapestry, that ancient artifact woven from the threads of slumber itself, hung in the great hall below, its intricate patterns a map of peaceful dreams across Aelderwyn. She had helped mend its first threads, the luminous glow in her house's hearth, the blooming serenity in Herber's gardens, the harmonious whispers carried on whisper wind's breezes. Each act of Somnus arts had strengthened it, but now a faint fray appeared, like a loose stitch in a beloved quilt, allowing those gentle shadows to slip through. Drawn by an intuitive warmth, Elara ventured toward a Veilguard house, its tower rising like a sentinel wrapped in shimmering veils that fluttered in an unseen breeze. The air grew thicker with the scent of lavender and moonbloom herbs, soothing her steps as she climbed the spiral staircase. Each turn revealed alcoves adorned with wards, ethereal barriers humming with protective energy, like invisible blankets drawn over weary shoulders. Professor Aelderwyn awaited at the tower's heart, her eyes like polished moonstone, reflecting a kindness that wrapped around you like a hug. "Ah, Elara," she whispered, her voice a gentle rustle of silk. "The tapestry calls to you, doesn't it? Come, Warm yourself by the Veil hearth. They settled by a low table, where a pot of velvet mint tea steamed invitingly, its aroma mingling with the faint chime of crystal wards overhead. Professor Aelderwyn poured a cup, her movements slow and deliberate, hypnotic in their repetition. Sip slowly, child. Let the warmth spread through you. In Veilguard, we learn the art of guardians, wards woven from starlight and intention, shielding dreams from wandering whispers. Elara nodded, feeling the tea's coziness seep into her bones as the professor explained the ripple, a minor loosening in the tapestry's weave, born perhaps from a distant, wakeful storm in Aelderwyn, allowing shadows to playfully intrude. But fear not, for in Emberwick, such ripples were invitations to wonder, not worry. Elara's friends stirred in their houses, Elara from Lumina with her lantern glow, Thorn from Herbra clutching a bundle of calming herbs, and Aria from Whisperwind humming a soft lullaby. They converged in the corridors, drawn by the same gentle pull, their faces lit with empathy and curiosity. "What's this faint dance of shadows?" Elara asked, her voice a whisper of light. Thorn sniffed the air. "It smells of unrest, but nothing a sprig of lavender can't soothe." Aria tilted her head, catching a breeze, and the wind's whisper of unity to come. Together, they approached Veilguard's threshold, where the veils parted like welcoming arms. Professor Aelderwyn greeted them with open smiles, her moonstone eyes twinkling. Perfect timing, young dreamers. The Somnus art of ward weaving awaits. They formed a circle, hands linked in soft connection, as the professor began to demonstrate, threading invisible strands of starlight from the air, twisting them with whispers of peace. The shadows around them softened, retreating like shy creatures, as Elara felt a spark of intuition ignite within her. A call to weave, to protect, to restore. The tower's ambience enveloped them, the hush of veils fluttering, the purr of a nearby puffkin, the repetitive motion of fingers tracing wards in the air. Elara practiced, her hands moving in slow circles, feeling the silk-like threads form between her palms. "Gently now," Professor Aelderwyn cooed. "Infuse each twist with a thought of serenity, a memory of coziness, a wish for deep rest." The group mirrored her, their breaths synchronizing, creating a rhythm that lulled the mind. Yet, as they wove, a playful puffkin scampered in, its fluffy tail brushing against a practice ward, scattering harmless sparks like glowing embers from a hearth. Laughter bubbled softly. Nothing alarming, just a cozy nudge to try again. "See?" Professor Aelderwyn chuckled. "Even our friends remind us that protection comes with patience and play." They gathered the sparks, weaving them back in, the shadows fading further as the tapestry's fray began to hint at mending. Elara's heart swelled with wonder, the Academy's warmth deepening, inviting all to embrace the guardians within. And so, the ripple transformed from unrest to revelation, a gentle path toward unity and peace, deep within Veilguard Tower, where the walls seemed to breathe with the hush of ancient protections. Elara and her companions delved into the heart of the Somnus arts. The room was a cocoon of tranquility, veils draped from the ceiling like cascading waterfalls of silk, catching the starlight and casting rainbow prisms across the polished stone floor. Puffkins nestled in corners, their purrs a low rhythmic hum that synced with the group's breathing. Professor Aelderwyn stood at the center, her robes flowing like liquid moonlight, guiding them with a voice as soft as down feathers. Breathe in the essence of guardianship, dear ones, she whispered, her words weaving through the air like incense smoke. The art of ward weaving begins with intention, a gentle shield against the night's wandering thoughts. She demonstrated, her fingers dancing in slow, hypnotic patterns, plucking invisible threads from the ether, twisting them with deliberate care. Feel the starlight between your palms, cool and silky, like the touch of a cool pillow on a warm cheek. Twist once for calm, twice for protection, thrice for eternal rest. Elara mirrored her, her hands trembling slightly at first, but soon finding the rhythm. The threads materialized faintly, a shimmer of blue, scented with lavender and star anise, wrapping around her fingers like warm scarves. Inhale deeply, let the scent fill you. Exhale, releasing any tension. The group followed, their movements synchronizing in a mesmerizing dance. Leora infused her ward with luminous glow, making it sparkle like a lantern's embrace. Thorn added, Herbera's touch, sprinkling dreamflower petals that bloomed into strengthening vines. Aria hummed Whisperwind's lullabies, weaving melodies that made the veils flutter in harmony. As they practiced, the playful puffkin from before returned, its eyes wide with curiosity. It batted at Elara's emerging ward, unraveling a corner with a puff of sparks, harmless fireflies of light that danced around the room, eliciting soft giggles. "Oh, little one," Professor Aelderwyn cooed, scooping the puffkin into her arms. "You teach us resilience in coziness." They paused, sipping more velvet mint tea, its warmth spreading like a hug from within. "Wards are not rigid walls," she explained, "but flexible blankets, adapting to life's gentle tugs. Reweave with empathy. Twist once more, infusing forgiveness." Elara tried again, her focus deepening. Breathe in, twist the thread, exhale peace. The ward reformed, stronger now, humming with a soft vibration that soothed her soul. The shadows in the corridors beyond began to still, retreating like satisfied guests after a warm gathering. Yet, as they wove deeper, a subtle hint emerged. Professor Noctis, the enigmatic wakeweaver, lingered in the tower's doorway, his shadowed form observing with a gaze less stern than before. His past as a disruptor of dreams was a quiet legend, but here, in this moment of creation, Elara caught a flicker of longing in his eyes, a seed of redemption planted in empathy. "Join us, Professor," Aelderwyn invited softly, extending a thread. He hesitated, then stepped forward, his voice a low rumble like distant thunder softening to rain. "Well woven," he murmured, adding a twist of his own, a dark thread that blended seamlessly, strengthening the ward without dimming its light. The group welcomed him wordlessly, their circle expanding in unity. The puffkin purred approval, curling at his feet. Hours melted into coziness as they layered wards, repetitive twists, whispers of affirmations. "I am safe, I am cozy, I am at rest," hypnotizing the mind towards slumber. Sensory delights abounded, the silk's whisper against skin, the herbal scents wafting like a dream, the chimes tinkling in response to each completed weave. Elara's ward grew into a masterpiece, a veil that enveloped the tower, its edges glowing with blended house essences. The faint ripple mended further, the tapestry's thread pulling taut with golden light. Through it all, connections deepened. Leora shared a luminous memory of her first light weave. Thorn offered herb pouches for added calm. Aria sang wind songs that made the veils dance. Professor Aelderwyn nodded approval, her moonstone eyes reflecting pride. See how guardianship blooms from togetherness. Each thread you weave protects not just dreams, but hearts. As the session wound on, the Academy's halls grew quieter, the shadows fully at peace, inviting all to bask in the wonder of creation. Elara felt a profound serenity settle over her, like a blanket drawn tight, ready for the final harmony. With the wards half woven and the puffkins' playful interruption turned to lesson, Elara and her friends stood in Veilguard's heart, the air alive with potential. The tower pulsed with unity, each breath a shared rhythm. Inhale calm, exhale harmony. Professor Aelderwyn circled them, her presence a guiding light. Now dreamers, we blend our arts into one. Lumina's glow to illuminate, Herbera's nurture to fortify, Whisperwind's song to bind, and Veilguard's shield to envelop. Together, we mend the tapestry's thread. They formed a wider circle, hands outstretched, threads extending like spider silk in moonlight. Elara began, twisting her starlight base with focused intention. For protection, she whispered. Leora stepped forward, her lumina affinity shining. She wove in strands of soft light, making the veil shimmer like a hearth's embrace. For clarity and warmth, she added, her voice a gentle echo. The ward brightened, casting cozy shadows that danced harmlessly. Thorn followed, sprinkling Herbera's essence, dried lavender and moonbloom petals that dissolved into the weave, releasing a soothing scent. For strength and serenity, he murmured, the herbs blooming into ethereal vines that reinforced the structure. Arya completed the quartet, humming a whisperwind lullaby that stirred a breeze, carrying melodies through the threads. For harmony and flow, she sang softly, the notes making the veil flutter and hum. The combined Somnus art unfolded like a symphony of rest, repetitive motions of twist and blend, each edition layered with affirmations. We are connected. We are safe. We dream deeply. The puffkin, now a willing participant, scampered around their feet, its purrs adding a bass note to the chorus. As the ward neared completion, Professor Noctis remained on the periphery, his shadowed past, a quiet weight. But empathy drew him in. Elara extended a thread toward him, her eyes meeting his with understanding. Your weave could make it whole, she whispered. He paused, then accepted, his dark threads intertwining, not to dim, but to deepen the protection like adding velvet to silk. For redemption, he said softly, his voice cracking like a storm yielding to dawn. The group welcomed him fully, hugs and teas shared in the cozy glow. The veil expanded, enveloping the tower in a blanket of tranquility. Shadows that once flickered now rested, the ripple fully mended as the Dreamveil Tapestry glowed golden in the great hall below. Wonder filled the air. Lumimouths gathered, their lights syncing with the ward's hum. Puffkins purred in unison, curling into laps. Professor Aelderwyn beamed. See the power of unity. In Emberwick, we restore not alone, but in cozy companionship. They tested the ward gently. A playful breeze from Arya stirred it, but it held firm, fluttering with resilience. Laughter echoed softly, bonds strengthening like threads in a quilt. Elara reflected on her journey from attunement to this moment of collective magic, feeling the Academy's heartbeat in sync with hers. The Somnus arts had taught her that guardianship was not isolation, but invitation. To connect, to empathize, to dream together. As the glow settled, they shared stories by the veil hearth, Leora of luminous dreams, Thorn of herbal havens, Arya of wind-whispered tales, Noctis hinting at his wakeful past softened by hope. Teas flowed, scents soothing, the repetitive sip and sigh lulling them toward rest. The academy embraced them all, its ivy whispering approval, the towers standing sentinel in peace. Unity had triumphed, the tapestry one thread stronger, inviting deeper wonders ahead. As the united ward settles softly over Emberwick Academy, the Dreamveil Tapestry gleams with a golden thread restored, wrapping all in tranquil embrace. Shadows have danced their last gentle step, yielding to the hush of night. Elara and her friends linger in the glow, hearts full of wonder and connection, ready for dreams to unfold. Professor Noctis nods farewell, his shadows lighter, a promise of redemption woven in. Now, dear listener, imagine your own guardian veil around you, silken and warm, infused with lavender calm and starlight peace. Breathe in deeply. Feel it envelop your worries. Exhale slowly, letting them flutter away like leaves in a breeze. Inhale serenity. Exhale the day. Your eyelids grow heavy. Your body sinks into coziness. Let the Somnus arts guide you to restful slumber, where puffkins purr and lumimos light your path. Dream sweetly in Emberwick's embrace. Until next time, sleep magically and be cozy.